Carlos Medlock committed to Michigan State. Point guard of the future was landed by Tom Izzo. We have a video up breaking down that commitment, reacting to what it means, and really just with a lot of me whining in that video. We have some additional quotes here, courtesy of On3. Jason Killip wrote this for Spartan Mag, which is the Michigan State On3 site. And there is some really in detail stuff from Medlock on why he ultimately chose Michigan State and why he chose to make this announcement now rather than actually go through the visit process. And he felt the want to expedite this process and lock up his spot before anybody else did. Really transparent quotes. This was a great interview. I feel like you get to know a lot more about Carlos Medlock, the person, once you read it. So great job to Jason. Shout out to you for putting this together. Go subscribe to On3 to read the full thing. But I'll read a couple that were important to me from here. He said, quote, "I feel like my relationship with Coach Izzo and the whole staff is real close. No other school could match that. They made me feel at home when I stepped on campus. After having a long talk with my family, we decided this was the best decision for me." He goes on to elaborate by saying he was surprised that Michigan State was his first high major offer. And even though Izzo and him had a relationship, he wasn't expecting a Michigan State offer when he got it. At the time, his only high major offer. He said, quote, "It was definitely a shocker. It was really exciting for them to be my first offer. Like I said, it was a dream come true. Since he offered me, he has come to every tournament. That was a big part. He showed me that he really cared and took my recruitment seriously. He wanted me to be a part of their program as a point guard. That's a real special thing, too." End quote. Obviously, the Spartan dog for life vibes are through the roof with this one. I called it a program win, a culture win for Michigan State basketball that you were able to get Medlock to commit so early and so quickly. But what do these quotes mean to you?
It means my coach isn't just sitting courtside at Memphis Grizzlies playoff games like we like to state in the past. No, I think that this is really Michigan State, I think, still being able to get into their bag, right? You seen that meme like Unc still got it? Like I feel like this is a classic Unc still got it moment. I feel like they got on Carlos early. They established, they being the first high major offer, like he mentioned, meant something to him. Their relationship meant something to him. I know he didn't mention it specifically unless I missed it, but I have good, solid, good information that Saudi Washington was a very big part of this recruitment as well as Coach Izzo and the entire staff as a whole. So it's good to see that. I feel like their early identification and quick work and relationship establishment with Carlos, I think, went a long way into really speeding this up to where this happened faster than I think a lot of people had thought. And really kind of even xed out other visits that could have been in place, just because Michigan State was able to get in early and establish a relationship.
So I was going through the YouTube comments, which I know we're not supposed to do. Normally, that's your territory. I let you deal through the mud, and I stay away from it after.
Mhm.
But I saw we had a high volume of comments for the Michigan State Medlock video yesterday, so of course I had to check out what was going on. Did you see those? Do you know what's going on there?
No, what happened?
Rightfully so. Michigan State fans are mad at me. A lot of like, can Greg please do one Michigan State video without making it about Michigan? I feel like I need to say this though, and tell me if you disagree. The story of this one was Michigan State versus Michigan. That's
Yeah,
why I reacted the way I did. It's not like I just chose a random recruit to whine about. Like the two schools that offered Medlock were Michigan and Michigan State. This is one of those very rare in-state battles where it's just the two of these. It is Tom Izzo and Dusty May saying, "Have this dance," and Tom Izzo destroyed Dusty May in the dance. I'm not trying to make this about my program. The story of this recruitment was a rivalry win for Michigan State. Am I accurate in how I'm laying that out, or am I missing something? This video is brought to you by NBA 2K Labs, or maybe college football labs, because the people behind 2K Labs have just built something awesome. CFBLabs.com has everything you need to play college football 26 even better. Cart, you've been playing the game, right?
I have been, but I'm behind the eight ball, Gregory. There's a lot of people out there who got a little bit of edge on me, but the good folks over at 2K Labs got me covered. They got the playbooks I need, the plays, the head-to-head coaches, knowing some teams. Obviously, way too many college football teams. I need the inside edge here, and they got all different types of things to help me get that edge.
Yeah, I jumped in and started playing Road to Glory over the weekend, and I ended up like a two-star recruit that did not get one snap in season one because I chose the wrong school with the wrong roster that was way too loaded. Had I known that CFBLabs.com exists, I would have made a much more wise decision in my Road to Glory mode. They've got teams, playbooks, coaches, team comparison tools. You can literally see every single play in the game, every player in the game, their rating, what they're good at, all in one consolidated place online to help you make the right choices and win more games in college football 26. CFBLabs.com. Go check it out here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back and like listen, and maybe I missed something in that, but it was a Michigan State versus Michigan battle. It was an in-state kid. Michigan State offered him, and I'm not saying this like out of Michigan State offered him, and Michigan offered him the next day. Like that, it literally happened in succession. In-state kid. Um, the visits were gonna happen in Michigan. This had all the makings of coming down. And in my head, and I think it's rightfully so, this was a Michigan versus Michigan State thing. Tom Izzo won against Dusty May. So like I feel like that's in a commitment video. I feel like if you go to other commitment videos, we comment on the other schools that are in for the commit that or the school that lost the commitment. So like I think it's fair to bring it up. It's part of the story. It's honestly part of the positive thing for Michigan State in this case. Tom Izzo, like you stated, he stuffed Dusty in a locker on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, if
Got him.
anything, it makes it more impressive for Michigan State, more impactful for the situation, the program. But yeah, to me, it's the whole story. The whole story was this was one of those, like once every 2 years, there's an in-state head-to-head battle for someone both programs want. And I think historically, Michigan State's won more of those because historically, Michigan State's been a better program than Michigan since Tom Izzo's been the head coach. And the culture of Michigan State resonates a lot more than the culture of Michigan, in my opinion. So, yeah, again, not trying to make this video another one where Greg's making it all about the other team, but like that's the story of this recruitment, folks. That's why this is such a big win, why we're doing two videos in one day on Medlock. And to bring it full circle, if you're listening to Medlock's quotes here, it's the relationship, right? Izzo did such a good job with this. And I thought his point about after the offer, he didn't miss an event. This is a turning point in the rivalry to me where we know how Beeline used to operate. We know how Jawan used to operate, but we're seeing that Dusty May is doing something no Michigan coach has done in forever, right? He's throwing money around. He's offering everybody. That wasn't a Jawan approach. That wasn't a Beeline approach. So I think, weirdly enough, Card, I'm realizing this in real time. Dusty May's offer everyone approach is going to help Michigan State get kids like Carlos Medlock that Michigan State really wants because Izzo's going to be able to use that pitch of like, listen, you are my guy. I will not miss an event from you. You are the priority. You're it. Loyalty, culture. I mean it. And Dusty May's on the phone with Medlock while he's on the phone with seven other point guards, sending his staff all around the country, saying, yeah, first bite, take it. You get the money. But man, I feel like there's a reverse side effect of this I didn't realize. It's going to help Michigan State get their type of guys here.
Yeah,
Medlock.
and I feel like that's always been the approach too of like Michigan State, right? Like they have never really casted a wide net, which puts them in a predicament where, that used to work a little bit better when NIL and money weren't involved in the situation. But I do think that there is a certain way that Michigan State casts the recruiting net, which I agree, which we can have other conversations whether I agree with it or not. But it puts an emphasis on getting these guys right and establishing these relationships, and this is a good case study of it coming through and it working. And to your point, it will give them it gives Michigan State an advantage over even outside of Michigan, other schools that are more so in the cast a wide net kind of bucket.
Yeah. I think it's scary hours is what I'm trying to say.
How scary?
Moderately.
Moderately.
Not mildly, moderately.
Hmm.
Like if this rivalry is my hand, I'm going to the dock.
Yeah, is that spreading, by the way?
No, it's contained to one spot. I have
Okay.
poison ivy, if anyone's wondering. It
Yeah,
hurts.
but good, but never forget volume 80s.